Good evening, everyone. I'm Ms. Priyanka Vandit Naik. Welcome you all to 24th webinar of Agricos Alumni Association, organized with Botanical Society of Goa. Topic for today is mango and its value-added products. The first speaker for the day is Shwetakshi Mishra. She is going to talk about mango from seed to fruit. And to tell you all some few points about Shwetakshi, she is presently pursuing her BSc Biotechnology at the MP College of Arts and Science, Panji. She is throughout a meritorious student and shot put player. She is a recipient of many honors and prizes in national and international competitions like International Astronomy and Astrophysics Competition, National Children's Science Congress, Inspire Award, etc. She has published nearly 20 science articles, re- reports, papers in reputed journals, and she is also author of Current Science Journal. She is fond of plants and nature as well. Over to you, Swetakshi.
Yes, thank you so much for the introduction. Let me just present the screen. Um, I hope that the slides are visible.
Yes, their sites are visible.
Thank you. A very warm good evening to the August gathering over here. Myself, Shwetakshi Mishra, and I'll be presenting on mango from seed to fruit. So, basically, in the lecture, I would like to discuss some important parameters right from the mango seed to the growth of the huge mango tree and harvest of the fruits. So we will be covering topics like mango seed selection, seed germination, how to care for mangoes, wherein we'll see at the soil, climatic conditions, the pests, and also about different parameters for caring mangoes, mango cultivation, and harvesting of the fruits. So the first part is seed selection. We know that seed selection is a very essential criteria because it's the base which decides whether the seed which we are choosing is going to germinate and form a healthy plant in the future or not. So, just looking at certain physical parameters can help us select a good variety of seed which will give us fruitful plants and the fruits again. So, when we look at mango seeds, first of all, the seed which we are selecting, the mango seed, should be from a healthy mango fruit. It should not, the fruit should not be infected with any disease or have some types of infections. It should be a healthy one. Also, by looking at the physical appearances of the seed, like it should not be broke or wrinkled, because there are high chances that there might be internal damages which may not allow the seed to germinate. And also, another important parameter to look upon is the weight of the seed. So, depending upon the variety of mango which we are choosing, the seed has almost 20 to 60% of the whole fruit weight. So, that means the seed which we are selecting should have some weight, or it should not be very light. By looking at some criteria, will enhance our chances of the mango seed getting germinated. So once we have selected the seed, now it's time to germinate them. So the germination of mango seeds can be done by two methods, either a drying method or a soaking method. Now both the methods, like the drying and the soaking, will require almost 2 to 4 weeks to germinate, and also the germination time will vary upon the variety of the mango seed taken. Usually, when we buy mango seedlings, we skip these two steps and directly take it from the nurseries. But if you want to see the correct exposure of mango plant getting germinated, here are the two methods. The first one is the drying method. This is the most conventional method in which we take a mango seed and keep it for drying in sun for around 3 weeks, and then you can see this will be dried off and it can be broken out very easily, and the inside kernel from the seed can be taken out. Then this kernel is again dried and then placed inside the soil about 8 inches deep, and then after 4 weeks the seedling will be formed. However, this process is a bit time consuming as it's involving a lot of time to dry the samples and then carry out the process. There is a faster alternative to this, which is the soaking method, also called as a paper towel method. So in this, we take the mango seed and then without drying it, we try to break it open a bit and carefully remove the kernel inside. Then we will roll the kernel in the roll top with the paper towel and then keep it moist and keep it inside a jar or a Ziploc bag for around 1 to 2 weeks. Then you'll see that the seed will get germinated. This germinated seed can be planted to get the seedling. Now, this is a fast method compared to drying method. However, there are certain limitations with respect to the moisture content. As you can see, we are keeping the seed moist. So there is a lot of chance that there are molds which are also growing with it, which can damage the seed. So if we have limited access to the seeds, then the people go for drying method. Now we have seen that the seedling is formed. So we have seen the seed selection, then the seed is being germinated and the seedling is formed. Now it's time to care for the mango plant so that it forms a tree. So I have taken some important parameters to care for mangoes. These include the climate, soil, the nutrient availability, water, then pest protections, cutting of branches, and transplantation. Let's have a look at each of them. The first one is the climate. So we know that mangoes grow in hot and humid tropics. So mostly the tropical and the subtropical regions are ideal for the growth of mangoes. However, even in cold and dry areas, we can still make conditions for growing them. But the best climate would be hot and humid. About the soil, so mangoes grow best in loamy and alluvial soil because they are well drained, aerated, and these soils are rich in organic matter, which is ideal for their growth. But we can still grow mango in a variety of soils like sandy loam and so on. The pH of the soil should range about 5.5 to 7.5. As you can see here, it's around 5 to 7.5. And this is ideal for all plant types. As you can see here in the graph, around 7 here and there, the pH, at this pH, almost all nutrients get absorbed easily. So that's why it's the ideal for all plants as well as for the mangoes. Now about the nutrients. So similar to all plants, the mango plants also require the basic macro and the micronutrients for their growth. And these nutrients are taken up from the atmosphere and from the soil. So while growing, we should take care that the soil is constantly replenished with the soil nutrients, and the best way for doing it is adding of manures. The water requirement for mangoes. So the mango plant, as it keeps on growing up to the age of 20 to 25, the water requirement keeps on increasing. So for example, here in the first year, that means when the mango tree is 1 year old, it requires almost 10 to 12 liters of water. And then as the age keeps on increasing, it may require up to 100 to 120 liters of water. However, the water requirement also depends on many other parameters like the soil in which the plant is growing, what is its water holding capacity, the humidity, the weather, the season, and many other factors. But initially, when we have the seedling stage of our plant, it's better to water it 2 to 3 times a week for the first 3 to 4 weeks. Now, we know that the mango is the king of all fruits. It has that sweet aroma and the fruity taste. So, there are a lot of pests which also get attracted to the smell, aroma, and also the taste. So, we need to protect the mango trees and the plant from those. So, here are common pests which affect the mangoes. The first one is the hopper. As you can see in the figure, these are the nymphs which go and suck the sap of the tender parts of the plant, and this will cause the fruit drop. So the biocontrol could be the use of Malada bonensis or the fungus verticillium. The another one is the fruit fly, which is very common. It hatches their egg on the fruits, and they'll take up the fruit pulp and destroy the entire fruit. So the pheromone trap can be an effective control for this. The pheromone trap has the mating smell of the fruit flies, so all those go there and eventually die. Another one is the mealy bugs. The mealy bugs, as you can see here, are the whitish powdered colonies which live between the bark and the tree of trunk, and they cause the flower drop. So if there are no flowers on the tree, then fruits will not be there. The easiest way to control it is the use of Bovaria bassiana at the rate of 2 grams per liter, spraying it 13 centimeters below above the trunk to cure it. Then there are also leaf webbers, which are caterpillars which feed on the tender parts and the leaf areas. And the simplest way to get cured them is pruning off of the overcrowded and overlapping branches. Now there are leaf miners as well, as you can see here in the figure. These are caterpillars which go inside the leaves and start degrading them. And you can observe them with the appearance of the greenish whitish color. So, spraying of neem oil can help to reduce the damage. Then there are many more pests, but few major I have mentioned here. There are the stem borers. So these stem borers, they actually go inside the trunk of the mango plant and start feeding on the bark. So when they make the internal cavities, it will cause the drying of the branches. To cure it, we have Bovaria bassiana and also metarhizium can be applied. When we have shoot borers as well, these are the caterpillars which hatch and go to the midrib of the leaves and start terminating the shoot part. So, use of plant extracts like garlic and ginger chili extract can help in curing them. Then we have stone weevils. These insects go and destroy the seed part of the fruit, which actually damages the full fruit as well. So aspergillus can help to cure it. And the last one, which is a bit shy side of pest, it does not like light, but it goes deep inside the root and entirely tries to damage the tree. So to get control over it, we can spray the tuna water, that is the lime water, and it will help in protection. Now, this was all about protection from the pest. Next, two things are remaining, which are yet essential when we care for mangoes. The first one is transplantation. Transplantation is done only when we were first putting the seedling in the pot, and then when we could observe that the plant cannot grow more in the pot, we need to transplant it to the soil. So, use of gardening tools like a trowel can help in the easy transplant with minimum damage to the root system. The best time for transplanting could be around evening at 4, so that the plant get enough amount of time for holding onto the soil and get ready before getting exposed to the light in the morning. However, if no spacing is there, there is an bonsai as an alternative, wherein you can grow the mango tree in the pot. Now, cutting of branches. Cutting of branches is also an important part when we are growing mango trees, because the mango trees are lateral or terminal bearers. That means they will fruit only at the lateral branches. So if there is a mango tree which keeps on increasing in height, it will not bear more fruits. So it's necessary to cut the vertically growing tips and allow only the growth of more and more lateral branches, so that the plant or the tree can bear more fruits. Now, this was all about the mango tree. Now, we are taking a collection of trees and cultivating them all together. Then, the normal spacing between each mango tree will be around 10 to 12 meters. So, in 1 hectare of land, we can grow about 100 mango trees by a spacing of 10 meters in between. If the place is very humid, we can also go for 12 meter spacing, because a tree will tend to grow more. But with the advancement of technology, we even have 5 meter and 2.5 meter spacings in between. But in such conditions, the tree which is grown is genetically made draft. So the tree height and health will not grow much, but the fruit bearing will be more. Also, in between these areas, when we go for normal cultivation, We can grow some legumes or fruits like guavas and plums in between for the source of extra income. So we should remember one thing, yet the trees which we are growing in between and the mango trees all should have their separate nutrition and the water content. So finally, we have the mango netting. So once our tree is formed and we have the mango fruits ready on the tree, it's time to protect them from the attack of birds, squirrels, and all other organisms which may eat up the entire fruits. So netting can be done to protect those. Also, if we have even the other organisms live on the tree. So in that case, we can just cover the net over the fruits like this so that the fruit remains protected. Now, when we harvest the mangoes, it can be harvested ripe or unripe, and both can be consumed directly or by making different delicacies, which the other speakers will be telling about as well. There are different Indian varieties, and for plucking, we have the different tools like the telescopic pruners, which have the long cleft with the blade sort of to remove it off. Then there are metal pickers as well, which will take the mangoes and collect them. And similar is the net pickers. So these tools are helpful in harvesting the mangoes from the tree. We know that the mango also have a lot of nutritional value and health benefits. So that's all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Shwetakshi, for a wonderful presentation.